Hi folks, welcome to the Prepared Homestead. This is Travis. Thank you all for stopping by to watch another cloudy, drizzly day here in the Ozarks. Ain't seen the sunshine and I don't know when, but it's eventually we'll see it, I guess. The temperatures are being steady between, around the 50s, but upper 40s, 50s, but just a lot of drizzly. That's what it is right now. Well, it looks like, at least for a lot of people, maybe not you, maybe it's already been over for you for a while, that the honeymoon period is kind of wrapping up when it comes to Donald Trump. In the last couple of days, there's been a little bit of a falling away of supporters and support for him, Elon Musk, Vivek Ramaswamy, and several others in the administration. Things that are happening, and I'm not going to say I told you so, but anyways, I don't personally think it's what most people thought they were getting when they voted. And I've seen a lot of just recently, previously strong MAGA, folks online, very large accounts on X, Twitter, that were big, loud voices for Donald Trump and MAGA, that are saying that they now believe that he's just another player in the big new world order. In case you haven't heard, obviously, well, this part I'm sure you've heard. Donald Trump's been talking the last week or so. At first, everyone thought it was a joke, like he was just trolling. It doesn't look like it's a joke. About taking over Canada, making it part of the United States, taking over Greenland, making that part of the United States, taking back the Panama Canal, potentially invading, or a soft invasion is what they're saying, of Mexico. Yeah, all of that. Oh, and he said that when he gets into office, he will continue sending support money and weapons over to Ukraine. So I guess that war's not going to stop on day one, because that was part of his promise, that he would stop that war within 24 hours of taking office. And now he said that he'll continue to fund it. There's zero indication that he was going to try to immediately stop the conflict going on in the Middle East. Let's see, what else? Oh, immigration. While they're still saying that they plan on deporting a lot of illegals, that doesn't mean that just the population of America is going to be reduced. They're going to deport a bunch of illegals and basically, Donald Trump's own words, replace them with legal immigrants from around the world, probably more immigrants, replacing more than what they're kicking out. So a lot different. Yesterday, Elon Musk caught a lot of flack. He talking about this. He was talking about how, in the tech industries and stuff, they need to be importing people, maybe from India, China, places like that, a lot. Got so bad that he was really criticizing Americans, saying that most Americans just aren't, this is my own words, I'm paraphrasing it, that most Americans aren't smart enough to comprehend this need to import smarter people, that they're smarter than Americans, they're better, harder working than Americans. And so it's looking like a lot of people from India. I mean, there's definitely some strong connections in the White House. Obviously, Vivek Ramaswamy, J.D. Vance, his wife is Indian, from India, Hindu. So there's some strong ties there to those things. And that's looking like what's probably going to happen. Kick out a bunch of people from south of the border and replace them with people from India, maybe China, other places like that. Don't really think that that's what people bargain for. It's also been talked about, apparently, quite seriously. But, it was one of those things when I first saw it, I thought, okay, this is just some, conspiracy theorist that's, taking things to the extreme, that the North American Union is back on the table. those of you that's been in this for a while, you know what I'm talking about when I say those words, North American Union. But some of you that may have just kind of awakened over the last few years, you may not have heard of that. This is something that 20, 25 years ago was being talked about a lot. In fact, that's really where I got kind of started in activism. I mean, I was already, you know, doing some pro-gun things, trying to get things on the ballot. You know, I was part of the very first effort here in Missouri to get not just concealed carry, but concealed carry without a permit, permitless concealed carry. Of course, it failed the first time, but then eventually happened. But where I really kind of got going was doing some investigating and into the North American Union, Kansas City Smart Port, all of that kind of stuff. I was actually traveling to places and interviewing people and getting video and stuff like that. And then it just kind of all fizzled away. The North American Union was between, you know, the United States, Canada, and Mexico, creating this kind of an European Union style with its own currency, its own passport, and everything. Well, yesterday there was talk in the news that apparently there are people scheduled to meet with Donald Trump in Mar-a-Lago over the next coming days. And that is exactly the subject of this unification between the United States and Canada, or making them a 51st state, or creating it something like a European Union where there's one passport and possibly a unified currency. Donald Trump has said that if this were to happen, that it would reduce the tax burden on Canadians by 60%. So this is the kind of stuff that's being talked about. Boy, you know, I've lost about 1,000 subscribers since about the election, and I'm okay with that. I'm not doing this for subscribers. I'm not doing this for fame. I'm doing this to get the truth out about things, to kind of be that watchman on the wall. And I was warning people then. And there are a lot of people now, more and more, starting to wake up. And when you really think about the globalist Great Reset plan, they had gotten so far with it, but they were only able to get half of the population involved in it. The other half, the conservatives, they weren't having it. And I said a while back ago, and other people have said it too, that they believed that Donald Trump was being put into power so that he could bring in the other half. Bring in the other half into this Great Reset plan. It would look different. It would sound different. It would smell different. It would sound like it was all patriotic, but it would be the same thing. It's starting to kind of look like that, folks. I mean, he's not even in office yet. He's not even in office yet. And we're talking about establishing a North American Union with a regional currency and bringing in potentially millions and millions of foreign workers. We're talking about sending billions and billions more to Ukraine, raising the debt ceiling or removing it altogether. Yeah, I mean, that's just a few things that's being talked about, like, very seriously. Yes, Donald Trump and his people have talked about things that I agree with that they're wanting to do. There are certain things that he says that on day one or day two or at the beginning of his administration, these are the things that he's going to do. And there are some of them I like. Some of them I think are good things. But that's how politics works. You know, they throw you a few bones to get you distracted from what they're doing over here. And that's exactly what it looks like is going on. So there may be a whole bunch more of you that get mad and unsubscribe. It's whatever, you know. If I was doing this, making these videos so that I could become really popular and have a really big channel, I assure you I would have had a really big channel by now. Much bigger, probably double the size of what it is right now. And I made a choice long ago. I wasn't going to sell my soul. It's the same reason why I don't push products on my channel that I don't agree with. I don't think they're good business. Most of the stuff I push on my channel is small little local businesses that I know the businesses. I know the people that run them. They're friends of mine. That's the majority of the stuff that I promote. You may not like to hear it. It may not sit well with you, but you gotta look at it, folks. Some of you already knew this. A lot of you actually already knew this, but it's moving faster. I am surprised. This is, I'll say this. I'm actually a little shocked. I did not expect these things to happen this fast. I expected stuff like this to happen, but I didn't expect it to happen before he even took office. And he's talking about this kind of stuff before he's even taken office. So what's it going to be 6 months from now, a year from now? If you at all say from the 1st of from the 5th of November on, if you thought that you could start relaxing and feel like you could breathe, that there was a little bit of a burden lifted off of you, because Donald Trump got elected very easily, very smoothly. There's been zero resistance whatsoever. Does that not strike you as strange? It's been in the news the last few days, and again this morning. All of these big corporations, the ones that were supporting Joe Biden, the ones that Meta, Facebook, Amazon, Jeff Bezos, Mark Zuckerberg, all the big auto companies, all of them, they're all donating millions and millions and millions of dollars to Donald Trump's inauguration fund, for his inauguration. I mean, it's going to probably, the amount of money already that's been donated would be like crowning a king, which I say that jokingly, but may not be too far off from the truth. You may hate me for saying these things, and I'm not saying I'm completely right, but I don't think I'm wrong either. I think you need to wake up if you're not awake yet. And for those of you that are awake, it looks like things are moving faster, I think, what we thought they would. So you should probably pick up your speed, your pace also, because things are, I don't think they're going to end up in a good place for us, folks. All the stuff we've been talking about for the last few years, for the last 20 years, New World Order, North American Union, Great Reset, Agenda 2030, it's all happening. It's all happening. None of that slowed down. It's time to get your houses in order and prepare yourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.